Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Sunday, March 23rd, 2025. Hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend, and let's get started. These are just the timing periods that I was talking about. So, this was coming down. We were supposed to have an uptime into March 18th, which you can see that was the top there. We did come down. We made another little brief high on it, but came back down again. So what this basically means when we're saying down and then up, it doesn't mean that we have to come down and take these lows out. And what happens is sometimes it just consolidates, but doesn't break out to the upside until we get into the positive time period. That's going to be coming up next week. Actually, on tomorrow is so Tuesday is we're looking at where we should be making some type of bottom, and then we should rally back up again. So right now, what I'm looking at is, what we're really just trading within this channel. Let me bring you back to a 15-minute chart. And here you can see it. So we've come down, we made a top, came down, up, and you can see it's all following within this channel. So if we're going to come up, let's say tomorrow we come up and we test these highs again, and now we come back down into the 25th here, then what happens is that's when I think now we may start doing some backing and filling up to those targets that I was talking about, where it would be anywhere from say the 5,800 up to the 5,900, and it would be during that time period that we have a positive time. So that's something that could work out. Now, the one thing that I always going to say, like, I'm at this high right here, actually put at risk onto the table for the bulls, because you can see we have bearish divergences right here with that. So we did get the pullback off of it, but this little channel held. And if it's going to come to the top of it, then we're going to look for a move to come somewhere up into the 5720, and then maybe back down, like I said. And once we start getting into the positive area, that's where I think we break out of this to the upside, and we start looking at moves somewhere up into the 5826, 5900. So this is just a possible roadmap. I'm not saying this is going to happen. We're just using different time periods where it's positive and negative, and using patterns, and then Fibonacci retracement levels. So I do not believe these are the lows. Now, another, what we have to just keep in mind is, as much as I don't believe that these are the lows. We could come up here and simply come back down and just break them briefly and head up. But I just think I don't think the real, say, low where we're going to be able to buy and hold for a few months is going to be towards the end of April, early May. From there, that's where everybody says, sell in May and go away. I think it's going to be the exact opposite. I think that's going to be where you want to be buying the stocks and hold them into, into the fall, because I think we're going to come up, and we will be testing or breaking these highs. So as much as right now I believe we're in this consolidation down period, once we get into the positive time period, that's where, and that's really at the end of April, early May, where we will then see these highs taken out, or tested or taken out. And, the quantum stocks will probably, be flying with them. So right now, I've just been trading them, and I will, once we get into that time period, that's where I'll look to be taking the position and holding them for quite some time. So again, we have these bearish divergences. We did get a pullback on it. It held this channel. This is what we have to watch, this channel right here. And then really, even if they're going to come back down and say these are, because they're not really that defined bearish divergences or sell signals, because you can see, we just made a very, very brief higher high and then came down. So we could be coming around, and then when we make it, if we come up to the top of the channel and say make another high, get a more of a clear bearish divergence, but then we're going to be running into the time period that where we're looking for a week or so of positive tape. So 5-minute chart, what I measured with this was just an ABC move. You can see if it's going to come to the C, just 100% brings us to 5690, If we're coming back up to the top of the channel, then we're looking at 57.20. Now, if these lows are taken out, then, we just have to start eyeing down where the next lows would be, and that you could look here. This is the normal support at the 55.96, but if we start going below that, that's where we start looking at this gap to get filled. So right now, I'm kind of neutral on the market where it could go either way, and it would not surprise me. I do believe we're in a little bit of a consolidation period right now, and then say Tuesday we start the other move up, and that will last a little bit. People bullish on the market again, and they'll probably pull the rug out, and that will be most likely the final drop that will take us into the end of April, early May, and then we can just be looking to buy the dips into the fall time period. So let me just do this real quick. So I'm on a 5-minute chart. So if the bulls can take out this high right here, 56.70, then we're looking at that move coming up to the 56.94. If they get above it, then we're looking at the resistance at 57.15, 57.20. If the bears can take out the 56.36, then we anticipate the next move is going to come down to the 56.12 and even down to the 56.04. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you.